What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Maths Guy. Today we're going to be looking at equivalent decimals and what that means. So without wasting any time, let's jump into it. Okay, so what do we need to remember today? Well, we need to remember that zeros after or before the other numbers will not change the value of that number. And let's understand what that means. So we take our first example, this green chili challenge. We have 0.5 versus 0.50, and we want to see if they are the same or if one has a greater value. So the first thing we need to do is draw out our place value chart, because when we talk about number value, the number place value chart is what we're going to use. So let's draw our lines and let's put our ones, tens and hundreds, and on the other side of our ones we have our decimal, then our tenths and our hundredths. And we could obviously go as far as we want in either direction, but I think this will be enough for now. So if we put 0.5 in here, 0.5 is made up of 0 ones, a decimal place, and 5 tenths. Now with this number, we could put a 0 here in the tens column, and even a 0 here in the hundreds, and we are not changing the value of this digit. And that works the other way. I could put a 0 here in the hundreds column, or a 0 here in the thousands column, and I'm not changing the value of this 0.5. Or another way of looking at it, 0.5 is equivalent to 1/2. So if I look at my second number, 0.50, and put that into my place value chart, 0.50, well, 0.50 is the same as saying 50 hundredths, which is also saying 1/2. So it's equivalent. So 0.5 and 0.50 share the same value, because this little 0 just here does not impact the value of the 0.5. Let's look at a slightly harder one. 0.6 versus 0.06. Well, let's follow the same rules. Start by putting my place value chart in place. There we go. And if I put my 0.6 in place, I have 0 ones, a decimal, and then 6 tenths. But this time, when I put my 0.06 in place, I can see the extra 0 is between the existing digits. So now I'd still have 0 ones, I'd have my decimal, but this time I have 0 tenths, but 6 100ths. Now if I put a placeholder in place on this first row, I can see that this first row is equivalent to saying 60 out of 100, but this second row I only have a small 6 out of 100. So we have a massively different number. This top row I have 60, second row I only have 6. So our little tip here was to just use a placeholder, this 0, that doesn't change the value of my 0.6 as we learned in the previous slide, but it helps us see that this 0.6 has a value of 60 100ths, whereas on the second row I only have 6 100ths. So we can see the difference there. Let's look at a really spicy challenge, and I can see I have the number 1.54 and 1.504. Now we can see this extra 0 is between the digits, so theoretically we should have a different value, but let's check using our place value chart. Let's build one. Okay, here we go. Now 1.54 is 1.5 tenths 4 hundredths. So in total I have 54 hundredths. My second number is 1.504. So now I'm going to need another column. I'm going to need my thousandths column, and I can see that I have 504 thousandths. But on the top number I have 54, but I would put a placeholder here so that it's working with the thousands, and I can see now I have 540 thousandths. So is that the same? No, 540 obviously has a greater value than 504. That is guaranteed proof that the zeros after or before the numbers don't change the value, but when there's a 0 snuck in there between the value, we will get a different number. Okay, your turn. Here are 2 questions for you to have a little look at. See if you can work out whether these are the same value or if they are different. There's a green chili challenge and a red chili challenge for you to look at. Good luck. And there you go. That is everything you need to know about equivalent decimals and how to look at them and how to see if they have the same value or something different. Hopefully this video was helpful. If it was, think about subscribing to the channel or head on over to themathsshelter.com where you can find loads more videos that are going to help you with everything you need to know about maths. But for now guys, I'm going to see you in another video. Peace out.